Today we're talking about, if you missed the last video, if the SQ5 is a good dad car or not. And I'm going to caveat this video by saying it can be a mom car too. It's not just a dad car, and a lot of people think the SQ5 is a mom car off the rip. I probably should mention before I start this video, if you're not a car person and you're purely looking at this from like a parenting perspective, which I imagine there's going to be some people that have come across this in a search video. I'm thinking of this from more of a car person perspective, but there's still relevant stuff in here. When I say B8, I mean the Q5 from 2010 to 2012. When I say B8.5, that means the Q in the SQ5 from 2013 to 2017. And then when I say B9, it's the Q in the SQ5 from 2018 up. They actually have a B9.5 now, which is 2021 up. So I guess technically the B9 is 2018 to 2020. If you're shopping for a B8 or a B8.5 Q5 or SQ5, and this even might apply to the B9 SQ5, we have a B9 Q5. So I'd say I know a thing or two about that as well. And you either own one right now and you're having a kid, or you had a kid and you're looking for a parent car, or you're having a kid and you're looking for a parent car, this is the video for you. This is a very good car and a car that I love a lot, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to talk about the car from a parent's perspective. If you're going to be getting one of these, the first thing you should do once you purchase it is you should buy yourself an AWE Touring exhaust. Now, mine is considerably louder because I have, you know, downpipes and fun stuff like that in front of it. But this AWE exhaust, let me tell you, this puts the kid right to sleep. If you have kids or a kid or whatever, you get on the highway and that little, like it's almost like a hum, like the highway hum from the exhaust, right to sleep. Knocks them out every time. This is a must. Kind of kidding, but like kind of serious. I really do think he likes it. Another major benefit of the Q and SQ5 of this generation and of the next generation is they get this panoramic sunroof. So you get, you know, sunroof from there all the way back to here. And this is great, especially when you have a backwards facing kid, because they can look from here and look up there. That may seem like a small thing, but especially when he was really little, this is like I don't know, we probably upgraded this when he was like 1.5 years. By the way, if you're not new to gang, we can't talk. Just kidding, we can still talk. Especially when he was in the car seat that was much more tilted back and took up all this space, which I'll talk about later. It was nice for him because he couldn't necessarily see out the window because of like these bolster things. He wasn't strong enough to lift his head up. He could still look up here, and especially when it was raining or when it was nighttime, we saw lights, that kind of stuff. He really enjoyed watching stuff go here. So it's another source of entertainment. And you know that, you know, if your AWE exhaust hasn't put them to sleep for whatever reason, they have something to look at, and you know how hard it is to entertain a kid in a car when they have to sit still and they don't want to sit still, especially if you're flying solo. If you have the other parent in the car, the back seat actually isn't a bad place to be. It's super roomy, obviously. You get the extra headroom from this. There's probably 2 or 3 inches. Not that I need it. I'm only like 5'9". And even the middle seat isn't that bad. So you can sit right here next to your little one. You get to look up. I personally get car sick really easily, and I think this has helped a lot with not getting car sick. As far as like the actual seating position goes, this is kind of tilted back. I don't know if it's because I have the Alcantara and has a little more give to it, but I don't think so. I think it's just the design of the seat because of the way it's kind of bolstered down. In the B9 Q5, the car seat, we have the same exact car seat in that car. It's tilted forward more, but for some reason this one is like the angle of the seat is angled up a little bit. So not a big deal, but just something to note when you're installing the car seats. The latches are super easy to use, these guys. In my mom's Honda Pilot, they're like sandwiched between fabric. This, you just pop this out, and it's like readily accessible right there. So it's really nice to just be able to slide it. I will talk about the back seat and the front seat room. I moved this seat on purpose. Before we got this car seat, we had a baby car seat. Again, it was from Nuna. It was one of the clip-out, clip-in ones. It honestly probably went to like right here. Which means your front legroom, if you look at that, and it's a mess up there too, we got toys everywhere. If you look at the front legroom, your knees are basically in the dashboard, which was pretty inconvenient on long road trips, especially if you had like stuff packed back here and you had this seat, this side folded down. It's like a little tough. Your knees are like very much in the dashboard, and your room is limited. So I think the best way, honestly, to get around that, if you don't get car sick like we do, unfortunately, we're both not very great at riding in the back seat, but if you don't get car seat, pack your stuff in the front seat and leave an open spot in the back seat. There'll be more leg room, and you can, you know, be right next to your little one. There is a lot of room in here. I don't know if you can tell, that's like my tripod. There's a lot of room front to back. My only complaint with the trunk, and I said this in my 5 things I hate about the SQ5 video, is that this like trunk luggage cover thing is hard. Which means that when you slide the stroller in here, it fits no problem. It's super easy to slide in, slide out. You don't have to slide it really under anything. But you can't stack anything on top of it because unlike in the B9 where they resolved this issue and this just rolls back and slides out, this is hard. So you either end up like this where you can't see out the back because your stuff is holding this up, or you end up taking this out, which is fine, but it gets a little louder in the cabin, especially with a louder exhaust than just the AWE Touring. It gets a little louder in the cabin. I think this is kind of nifty, this like back seat fold down thing. The seats are proportioned really nicely where I can put this seat down. It just barely hits the car seat. And you can still, you know, obviously fit the car seat over there. So I think some thought went into that, or maybe they just, you know, got lucky in their design. Overall, I think this is a really great parenting car, except for like that front seat legroom issue, but you're not going to be able to resolve that. It's just kind of something that you live with for the first year and a half, and then, like I said, you'll move to a smaller, more vertical car seat, and no issues anymore. Let me actually show you. Again, apologies for all the crap in here, but I moved the seat back to where it can fit now, and you can tell it's like almost even with the driver's seat. So no issues with legroom anymore now that we have the more vertical car seat. If you can swing it, these are really, really great parenting cars. The only issue is that front seat legroom, but again, it's solved. The panoramic sunroof is awesome. These do tend to rattle. They're known to kind of rattle from the factory, so if you buy one, just make sure the sunroof isn't rattling, and you shouldn't have any issues. Like the frame itself actually rattles up and down when you go over bumps. It's pretty annoying. Mine's on the 4th frame. I said this in the last video, but if you're, you know, just here randomly, mine's on the 4th frame. Now it's fixed, doesn't rattle anymore. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are soon to become a parent, congratulations. If you're already a parent and you're looking at Q and SQ5s, I don't think you can really go wrong with this. If you have 2 kids, actually, I don't know what that would be like in here. So you probably have a bigger stroller in the trunk. I just have 1 kid right now, so I'm thinking of this from a parent that has 1 kid. If you have 2 kids, you might need something with a 3rd row, maybe, just so you get the extra trunk space. I don't know. Anyway, let me know how you've made your Q or SQ5 work if you're a parent. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, whatever, in the comments below. Put your comments in the comments. That was great English. And as always, go out there and spread some positivity, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I just wanna